Hello and welcome back to another What I Eat in a Day at Neat Eats. So first for breakfast I had this rooibos tea and a bowl of these chocolatey squares. They're basically like Crave but they're vegan. There's definitely less than 12 bowls in this box. I guess it depends on how big your portion size is, but I don't think mine is that big, and I would say there's probably about 6 or 7. So I had that with some oat milk, and I also added that same oat milk to my rooibos tea, and I had a tangerine. I also had a big glass of water, like a pint of water, and a multivitamin. And then for lunch I had beans on toast basically, but this fancy bread, this pumpernickel bread. Turns out it did have milk in it. With bread, a lot of the time I don't check, but I think it's less than 1% of it is milk. Anyway, I make mistakes sometimes. So I toasted that and spread some Vitalite on top of it. I had a few olives on the side and some barbecue sauce and Nando's sauce. So here's just putting the beans on top of the bread. And then on top I put some nutritional yeast flakes. These have B12 in them. It's important to get your B12 in when you're a vegan. And here's everything together. After lunch I had 2 Oreos and a coffee, 2 golden Oreos, and then later I had another orange. And then for dinner we had half of this soup left over, so I decided to use the vegetables that we had and combine them with this soup to make a bigger, more filling soup. So I had 3 sweet potatoes, 3 carrots, a red onion and a red pepper. So I cut all of them up and put them on a baking sheet. I then added some chili oil and I mixed that all around to coat everything in the oil, and then I added some salt. And then I put all of that in the oven. I also put some sweet corn on a separate tray with some oil and some cumin. And then on the side we had this garlic bread from Morrison's. I was surprised to find this was vegan, but I checked all the ingredients and it looks vegan to me. And there's even protein at the end, so who says vegans don't get protein? But unfortunately I had to add more garlic because it didn't seem like it had a lot on it, and I also added some oregano as well. So then I blended some plum tomatoes in a food processor, and then I looked at the spices that they used in the original soup I was using, and I tried to replicate that with the stuff that I had. So I had ginger, cumin, coriander and turmeric. So I'll add them later on. This is all the vegetables once they were done cooking. They were put in at 180 degrees for around half an hour. So I added about 2/3 of them to my food processor. I then put that all back into the pan with the original soup and added some Alpro cream to make it a bit creamier and thin it out a little bit. And then this is the sweet corn once it was done. That took about 25 minutes altogether. And then here's the garlic bread once it came out the oven. I added the remaining third of the vegetables back into the soup, stirred it round so it was heated through, and that's it. So we had about a third of the garlic bread each and a bowl of soup. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe.